Well, welcome back everyone, where I monetize here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the price of Bitcoin, specifically giving a time frame of when I think Bitcoin is going to bottom, and then also giving you a bit more information when it comes to Celsius, the current status of what's going on, and if there's anything that you need to do if you currently have any of your funds on Celsius. So let's first go over the price of Bitcoin. So I have up here on the top is a weekly chart of Bitcoin, and so is a bottom chart. And the top chart is currently what we're looking at, and this right here is back in 2018, 2019, where we saw that top of $20,000. It came in December of 17, and then the buying opportunity of a lifetime, which was in December of 18. Also that massive opportunity in March because of COVID, but we're not going to really include that in this equation because that was a bit of a black swan event. So if you currently look back at 2017, where Bitcoin made that top of $20,000 in December, you can see the buying opportunity came exactly 1 year later. So if the same happens, then we're going to see that opportunity come in November of 2021. Like I've been saying, I think that we will see the bottom sometime between Q4 of this year and Q1 of last year. Do I think it's going to be exactly 1 year like the previous market cycle? That's probably not likely, but I think that can give us a time frame. That would just be, in my opinion, probably a little bit too predictable. It's been interesting though to see a lot of people that have been in the space for a long time, that thought the bottom was already in as Bitcoin marched to $25,000. And obviously we've seen this pullback. I do not believe the low is in, and that is because of the price action that we saw off of about $17,500. So, if you kind of look here and we look at the same time frame when it comes to Bitcoin, we are in this range over here. So Bitcoin traded sideways for a while. Let's see, sideways from about August to October. So about 2 to 3 months, Bitcoin traded sideways, and I think that's going to be the current phase that we're in. I think Bitcoin's going to be very boring these next few months, with very little volatility. Little volatility in comparison to the massive swings that we see sometimes. I think we're going to see fairly little volatility, and then sometime, like I said, Q4 to Q1, that massive drop. So this right here is like a 45% drop on Bitcoin. If we saw that same drop currently, that would take us to, let's see here, a 45% drop would take Bitcoin to about $11,000 in that range. So I'm anticipating somewhere between 11 and 15,000 is where I'm probably going to buy the majority of my Bitcoin, but lower is always a possibility. So not a bad idea to still have some more cash on the sidelines for a big drop like that. So let's go ahead and just keep the current chart up on Bitcoin. This is a weekly chart, which looks extremely bearish as we have this red 3 trading below this red 2. We also see that this green moving average has turned to the downside, and it would take a lot for it to cross over the red. But that could be another sign that it's time to get back into Bitcoin. This right here is a daily chart on Bitcoin. The daily chart is trending downwards. It's made a lower low. If this green 2 could trade over the green 1, that's a possibility, but I'm currently not trying to sweep up any of these short-term trades. I'm just staying patient and looking to buy that bottom that hopefully comes in, because I don't want to be spending my entire days looking at charts, driving myself crazy. This is a 12-hour chart on Bitcoin. We see this red 3 trading below the red 2. That is also a bearish sign. So there's nothing on these charts that would get me excited about currently entering a position on Bitcoin. I did not like the bounce off of 17,500. I thought it was very weak. It didn't look anything like capitulation. And obviously now we're seeing Bitcoin down off of the high of about $25,000. So like I said, I'm anticipating more sideways trading, and then probably a few hours of a massive, massive buying opportunity hopefully coming up. So this right here is a 1 hour chart, which is also looking very bearish, making lower lows lower highs, not looking good at all. Let's see if the shorter term time frames are giving us any hope. 30-minute chart also looking very poor. This is a 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart isn't even giving us any sense of hope there. So Bitcoin down 1.68% on the day, Ethereum and the majority of the rest of the crypto market down as well. So I am not looking back. I'm not looking to get into any altcoins. I'm basically going to be buying all Bitcoin for the most part. Probably not much Ethereum. I have Ethereum locked up for the upgrade to the network, and that is plenty for me. I rather focus on buying Bitcoin. So like I've talked about previously, sometimes Ethereum will give us clues of where the market's headed. Sometimes it leads the way. So this right here is a daily chart, and it's not really giving us that. I mean, a little bit better, I believe, because if you go back to Bitcoin's daily chart here, Ethereum's daily looks slightly better, but let's see if these lower level time frames give us any additional information. 12-hour is bearish. 4-hour is also bearish. Let's see this 1 hour here. 1 hour made a lower low a couple hours ago, also bearish. 30-minute chart making lower lows. So Ethereum is really giving us nothing. Gold is sitting at just under $1,700. We have Coinbase sitting at $62.99. We have, let's see, Filecoin sitting at $5.64. DOT sitting at $6.96. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Let's go ahead and take a look here. Nexo coin is actually doing slightly better. Last time I looked, I think it was like 70 cents, 80 cents. It's now trading at just above $1. Let's go ahead and check out the Celsius coin and what it's been up to. I know it's been extremely volatile. It's down to $1.18. And so these kind of pump and dumps are a little bit scary if you're trying to be part of that short squeeze, which I have not once recommended. So that's kind of what things are looking like. And I would predict what's today. Today is Thursday, that traditional markets are probably in a similar posture, and that is correct. This right here is SPY, which has taken a big drop compared to Bitcoin. You might see a little bit of a relief off of this green 9, but SPY has made a lower low. And this is a sharp decline, which I think is going to create even further correlation of Bitcoin continuously dropping. Since there's so much correlation, it's not a bad idea to look at SPY as well if you think Bitcoin's bottoming, to kind of see what it's doing as well to better make that decision. So that's what I'm seeing there. I mean, things have really not been all that interesting when it comes to price action, because I'm just patiently waiting for the most part. When it comes to Celsius, Celsius was supposed to come out with a document that stated basically how much they believe they owe us. And the only reason you would need to file a claim is if you believe there's a discrepancy between what they have stated that is in your account and what you actually have in your account. That was supposed to come out, I believe, today or a few days ago. That document has not come out yet. It's supposed to come out in mid-September. So that's basically the only action you would need to take, is if there's discrepancy, to file that claim. There's also some like bankruptcy companies that are out there trying to buy people's claims for 20 to 35% of the value. That's really not recommended at this time, but that is an option out there. No one's really recommending it, but it is just something that is on the table. I haven't looked too much into it, but this is the thing. I mean, you're looking at the same time frame when it would come to probably getting those funds, if it's partial or whole. But I think it's best to probably just stay patient during this time. And I am not a legal professional, obviously, so always seek out the proper advice from professionals on that particular situation. But I'm just staying patient as well and hoping that we see things move quickly and we get our funds back as soon as possible. So that is all that I have for you today on this video. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.